Okay, we are live. What is happening here? I'm gonna mark on my charts now. Weekly, looking bullish, moving higher. Go over this high. Let's see if NQ wants to go for the high days or high though all-time high as well. Hmm. Let's see. A little bit tricky today. What is this? Oh, that's a gap. Yeah, we feel the gap. Bounce off this 4 hour here. Wish we could have been put down here. Like that more. No 4 hour gap, just a lot of strong wicks right now, but looking like we're delivering higher. Hourly fair value gap here on Tuesday, 6 a.m. Created a nice displacement there in Asia. Mark this hourly here, so this would be probably my key. If it does want to flip, we're going to look to flip this hourly. If not, I think we ride higher, higher, higher. A little choppy today. No affiliates code work on my fund futures right now. It should work. I think you might be looking for, what is it? If you're using credit card, you need to use Plaid if you want the 5%. 10% on milestones though. I've been using milestones pretty good. Yeah, I'm just looking at what I want to see this close. So 1 p.m. we'll get this 50-minute closure as well. That's gonna be pretty key. I'm gonna mark out now because I don't think we're gonna come back down in 3 minutes here. But this would be look like nice gap. This is exactly what I'm looking for when I'm framing this trade. I need to see something like this. All right, let me put my mic closer too. Everything else, it looks a little bit difficult. NQ, we do have a lot of sell side just kind of sitting down here. I'm gonna mark this out. I'm just overall still very, very bullish, and we might be saving these lows, for later. Look at the bottom here. It will show what the symbol is and what time frame. Just because I'm gonna always be flipping time frames. It's just FYI. And if you can keep up with me, then we'll be able to do some good stuff. Yeah, so we're gonna close in 2 minutes here. Yeah, there's a watermark on the chart here at the very bottom. If you can see that, shows. I think we just keep on squeezing higher. And let's keep on pushing higher. How's everyone doing today so far? AM has been pretty poopy. Poopy. All I could say. How'd you guys like AM today? You guys trade it? Yes or no? You got a green day this AM. That's surprising me. I think AM was pretty difficult. I have to say. All right, we'll get this close here. 15-minute closure. This would be probably the area that you want to look for if you're looking for longs. And if we do flip this, then we'll look for these lows. So this is going to be my baseline here. I typically like breakers only taking the liquidity, but I'm just going to mark this out just so I can have a familiar area. It's going to be smacked on the breaker too. Just because we have this low here, we have high, we suck this low here. And then eventually we got this place to the side. So this is still like a breaker that we can utilize. You're up 20% this week on the Webull live count. Are you trading futures, Brandon? Because I'm trading futures on Webull too. I'm gonna switch. I'm gonna just convert it back to options because I realize the fees are just disgusting compared to Tradevate. I think it's like $5 round trip on Webull, and this for Tradevate it's like 3 something. So it makes more sense to just trade on Tradevate. I thought there was like better fees. I was like, okay, because I already have money on the Webull. Let me work with it. The Webull calendar, yeah, I do like the Webull calendar. That's the only benefit. And then like, they have that cash management, but I don't think it applies for futures account. It's only for equities, which kind of sucks. That's what I was going for. Like, I don't want to trade the futures account that often. Only for when it's like a good trade. So like that's why you see my results. There's a lot of missing days only when I take trades. Move the cash back in the day. That's a lot of just transferring back and forth. I mean, it might be worth it, honestly. It might be worth it if you just have like 200K transfer back, because like that'd be like what, $10, $15 per day. Robinhood Legend, I have no idea what that is. Is that the future side of it? I think I'm getting $5 a day on a 50K account. I don't know the math. What's the math on that? Let's just do it. Let's do it. Let's say I put 100K in, right? It's 0.0425, I think, and then that's a year. You divide by 12 for months, and then you divide that by 30 for each day. You get like $11 a day on a 100K account. So if I put 200K in, you get $20 a day. That's like dinner and lunch or something if you're not trading on it. Not bad. Not bad. So looks like we're gonna go back to this breaker here. And then we have the 15-minute fair value. So this is where I'm drawing into. I'm gonna be looking if there's a 1-minute setup into that trade. I wouldn't mind trying to take that. Honestly, I want to see this fail and to come back down. Something like this overall, to be honest, would be somewhat decent. So basically, we'll chop around here. We'll come back down, go inside this 15-minute, and then we'll rotate back up. That's ideal for me. And then if that happens, I'm going to try to play for it. So I'll frame that setup up. If it does play like this, we could seek for a short opportunity to this 15-minute because we do have some internal lows down here. And then get inside the 15-minute fair value gap. We'll look for a long confirmation here. Flip back up. High of day. That's the idea on top of my head right now. See how that plays out. You're willing to trade before FOMC? I think for me, this is FOMC minutes, right? I'm only scared of, or I'm only careful of FOMC when Jerome Powell's speaking. I don't think Jerome Powell's speaking. It's just a statement, right? So for me, we have FOMC, we have CPI, even PPI, and the non-farm payroll. Those are the four that I am more cautious about. Everything else, it's just like smoke and mirrors. I can still play it because, like I said, we're going to take trades when there's confirmation. We're going to be patient. So if it's moving really fast, I'm still going to wait for confirmation. So Kaiser said you made 2,400 on your top step, requested 1,200, exactly half. Nice. Oh, they approved it and the 1,200 got cut, but I lost on trading day. So was it deducted already before you lost money? If it's deducted, you should be good. If it's not deducted, maybe, I don't know. You might get denied there. If it's deducted, yeah, you're fine. You're fine. For me, I don't even trade when I submit a payout because I request the 50% amount, and if I lose like $1, they're gonna reject the payout. You have any videos explaining your entry models? I think for me, once again, entries, I always say, is various. It could be anything. The trading style is key for me. And this, if you want to learn more about it, the video where it's like 150K or something like that, made 150K on October, that's like a video that I would recommend for you to watch. So I like shorts here to this internal, and then I would like longs back up because we have an immediate draw here. We have internal lows right down here too. I think this looks too clean as a draw right now, as an immediate draw, and then overall bias is gonna be upside bullish unless this flips. If this flips, who knows? I'm just playing what I see. Oh no! Just saw your interview with Tanya. It was like a mini interview. How was it? What do you? I don't remember. Once that came out, I was like, there's people posting on like, you know, they're sending me screenshots. They're like, you look young, you look 14. And I was like, you know what, I'm gonna run with it. So half my posts lately is like, for my 14-year-old trading. I still like this move down before moving higher. I think that's gonna be my goal. What office that? If you know 2 degrees, 2 degrees is the person who holds a lot of the indicators. A lot of the indicators that I use, the stat map, and then these big candles, all the indicators is what he's producing. It's 2 guys, and they're working up. They're working on a lot of stuff, and they have like this little office, this headquarters they call it, and it's like 3, 4, 5 desks with like decked out monitors. Each desk has like 3, 4 large monitors, and yeah, that's where it's filmed at. So yeah, I still like to run back down here. I want to take this low, and then run back up, go for longs after. When we're bar calling like this, I don't think I have any entries. It's just going based off of bias. I'm literally just going pure off of bias right now. Do we buy the trading view? I liked it. I bought some too. So I'm just targeting this low here, this internal low. this is what I have. Let's say that hits. About like 17 points if this hits. And then after this, we're gonna try to frame a long setup here inside this 15 minute. What we need to see is a 1 minute confirmation. That's gonna be crucial. Unless you're very bullish, then you can already add into it. I mean, it really depends. You're short. Stat map by Joshu. Yeah, basically they work with a lot of developers to build even more cool things. I'm still looking for this low. If this, I still expect this low to get taken. So this is what I have still from this setup. I should put my stop high. I could do break even stop right now. I think that is probably the best case actually. It shouldn't come back up here because we're so close to the draw that it should hit. After that hits, once again, we're long. We're still bullish bias. We just have a clear 15-minute immediate gap, and then on the 1 minute we have an internal low, and we already flipped on lower time frame this structure here. So that's why I want to see a retrace and then eventually stand back down. It's a science, this. So it's a matter of time. That, yeah, what I want to see here, most likely off an inversion or a breaker inside this 15. Any paid indicators are useless. You haven't seen the paid indicators that they've been cooking. I think if you've seen it, it's actually pretty good. I'm with you though. I don't really like indicators at all. Like most of the indicators I have is just basic indicators, like marking the open, close, these notes here, AGFX, just like regular things. It's nothing like trading related. But these indicators that they're cooking up is actually the real deal. Like they would help you be a tremendous trader. That's how good it is that Val Tracker. We just got TP'd out there. This is much better than AM for sure. By far. Literally by far. I don't know where. Oh, we just got that. Boom. Finished off max CP there. Alright, so now what we have here is us entering the 15-minute fair value gap. We're still bullish. We want to see if this retrace is to rebalance for higher or to inverse this. So even though I'm bullish bias, I'm not gonna to just catch his knife. I'm gonna look for a 1 minute confirmation, and then likely we build off of it. We also just have this 5 minute breaker. This 5 minute breaker does not mean anything until we get confirmation. So like if you try to long anywhere here, you're gonna get cooked. That was actually pretty easy though. That was pretty clean. I took that on TickTick as well. We're doing so good on TickTick. We're trading Tradeify, we're trading TickTick Trader. These two instant funding that I mentioned in my last video. I do a little bit more sizing. I think this had, I don't know, this had like, because I had longs earlier, so I think this had 7 contracts. So kind of, I think the next video that I'm gonna be working on, we're gonna let this play out. If there's 2 things I want to bring up to you guys there. If we do rebalance, there's 2 things. I'm gonna just type this out. Rebalance or violate, right? There's like kind of, I don't know the best terms, but like let's say rebalance would be us retracing inside of it for higher prices. Violate would be just running through it. If we opt for the first one, we can try to look for a setup inside the 15 minute, or we can look for the next setup. We already retraced here, so any future 1 minute confirmation setup would be a buy, as long as there's a clear immediate draw. If we violate this, we throw any bullish setup out the window and see if we start respecting the bear speed arrays and start more violating any other 1 minute bullish speed arrays. So that's why I'm framing it. So if there was an indicator that someone could code, it would be something like this. It would be like, okay, we're bullish, we're bullish, we're bullish, we're bullish. Makes this low, we're starting to become bearish. That's how I'm like working with it. So that's why I'm able to short this and still try to look for longs here. I'm not gonna, there's no frame set up here yet, but it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen, and then we're gonna be there for it. So if this does bounce, I hope there's an entry for it. If not, we're gonna look for any additional entries. This is still gonna be something I'm looking for. We are just vibing. But yeah, secured right off the bat, man. We just cooked it up. Let me set up my copyright. I think I messed up. Wait, why is... Okay, yeah. Give me a second. Yeah. Should do like this. There we go. 5, 6, 7. 5, 6, 7. 5. No, there's no 6. What the heck? Am I tripping? Oh, okay. There it is. There we go. 5, 6, 7, 8. And then this one's 8, 9. Okay, I got it. We're good. Yeah, these type of things, I do want to see. It depends. If I'm like very bullish, I would already add into this entry. I mean, I did want to see this 5-minute breaker. I just didn't commit to it, just because we're kind of catching a falling knife. When we're kind of overextended too, and we have some lows down here, so that does not give me the right to like say like let's long this right here, even though we're bullish and we have a bullish beauty ray. I still need to see it framed. The next immediate draw would just be this eternal high and then further past that. So we'll just mark this out. And I think the next bullish setup that we have, as long as this is holding, we'll try to take that. This does not mean it's rebalanced yet either. We're just way too consolidating here. Okay, where was I talking about earlier? I was going on something. Oh, yeah, my next video, I think it's gonna be either, I went over this in my last video with the top prop firms. We're gonna either go for how I manage to trade each firm. Let me just pull up so I don't have to think off the top of my head. Next video will be sharing the sauce and strategy for each firm, just navigating the rules. So each firm has different payout structures, have different drawdown type, different count types. Just gonna be like basically me describing which one I would recommend to take base hits on, which one I recommend to scale up on, how I'll start up the accounts based on the rules, all these type of things. And then I don't know if I'm gonna do this video next, or I think this video I should push out first because this is gonna be more headlining, covering all the prop firm changes. So the regulations, live traders status, any benefits, and any different changes that might affect the firm that you're trading with right now. I hope this is a false move and we get another move down to take out this low here. And then ideally flip back up. And then I might use this as a bullish breaker if this does get closed back up above. But that looks like a frame setup to me. And then the draw will be the high. That's if this rebalance though. We are cooking. We are cooking. Yeah, also, another thing is I did request my Tick Trader payout. They haven't... I requested last night, so I don't expect it to be there instantly, but I'll update you guys. This would be my second payout with them. And I did reinvest my profits into it. Now I have 5 accounts. I have all 5 accounts now. So if they can pay me out, I'm gonna try to get all 5 accounts above buffer, get trade 5 above buffer, and then have those saved for group trading. We took this low out. Let's see if it. There's 2 things. We inverse this. We take the breaker. This would be very bullish here. I'm gonna mark this large displacement here. Have you looked into FFF? I think that's Funding Future Family or something like that. I don't think I like their model. Okay, let me read chat. I think I skipped some of the chat here. What was the entry framed on? I think, are you talking about the short, right? That this short was purely based off of an immediate draw. So like this is how I marked it out. We want to see this make the displays. We already flipped on lower time frame. We just retrace back up, stop at the high. I'm looking for a run back down. So it could be an order block even. Stop the high, and then you're looking for a draw. When I take these type of trades, most of the time, all these trades have a high probability immediate draw here. So maybe if you rewatch the stream, like after today, just go back to when we talked about around 1 p.m. Like I basically started the stream here. 1 p.m. Just like the first 10 minutes, you see exactly what I mean. I think that's the best way to learn about it, when you see it firsthand. And if you weren't there for it, then you'd be like, okay, why did he take that short? Have you looked into DTFX? I'm just trading ICT, man. If we inverse this 1 minute here, this would bring us a bullish setup. This is kind of starting to look like exactly how I'm describing it, though. I always have this like drawings. There's 2 scenarios though. We could not do this reversal. We can just close down, but ideally, I still want to point up. We just filled this 15-minute gap beautifully. ES did pop inside. That's what we're looking for. How are you approaching your live account? I think I described this on Twitter. Basically, I take base hits on the accounts that I think is appropriate for base hits. I scale up on the prop firms that I think is appropriate for scaling up. And then for a live cash account, I just hold for full TP. That's why you see my accounts, we're just going big trades. Just because I already take base hits already. And let my live eat. Simple as that. And then I don't know if you guys were aware, but yesterday, do you guys remember yesterday? Did we not call out the lows twice yesterday? Literally, this is what I was going for. That's why I feel like November for me has been just somewhat easy to read, as long as you avoid all the chop and just play what you think is the best, or play what you think you know best. So like I'm like, we filled the gap already. I'm looking for a reversal, and then this is what I showed. We have the gap filled on NTU. ES finally filled the gap. We see this high time frame 4-hour chart here. I'm bouncing out this OB here. If this can hold, I'm gonna flip on the lower time frame, which is the 15 and the 1. I have my high time frame support, and we're looking for a run back up. And this is exactly what we did. We longed here, and then we have the 15-minute immediate draw, which we just surpass eventually here. And then this is what we kind of chopped around at, like around 800. We're like almost 20. We hit 21,000, like 200 points from here, and I'm holding swings. Just like very smaller size though. Okay, we might get this breaker sub though. I actually like this. This is holding the 5 as well. Is NQ the stronger asset stuff? They're kind of the same. ES might be actually stronger actually. You guys like this law? I feel like it's doing the exact same thing I want. But I do hate the fact that NQ is so weak today. I need to... Something that always helped me out is playing the right asset. So like for now, ES is stronger, NQ is weaker. So for shorts, NQ shorts is going to be phenomenal. For longs, ES longs is going to be phenomenal. So I'm trying to reason with this and maybe look for a setup on ES instead. It's probably the same setup. It could be off this version or this breaker. Yeah, I think some people are asking my risk management and how I trade them. That's gonna be probably on my next video because when we talk about how I trade each firm, it's gonna be how I trade cash count with it, how I copy trade. It's gonna be like all of that combined. Same for that video. If Nvidia struggles, NQ struggle. Is Nvidia struggling? Nvidia, man, lame. This is my 6 chart, just tracking basically the biggest tech. So we have Tesla, we have Amazon, we have Google, we have Nvidia, Microsoft, and Apple. I think they're like the big 5, big 6. Except Tesla. Tesla's not like on the big 5, but they're also have a large weight in volatility for Nasdaq. So just looking at Nvidia here, we just really push back up on this gap, and we're trying to itch lower here. Other charts. This is the hourly charts, by the way. All other tech is rising up. Nvidia is the weaker one. I don't know what's happening with semiconductors. I can't reason it with it either. That's why I'm only reasoning with NQ. That's why, yeah, like you said, NQ might be weaker because of this. Because we have a loser tech asset dragging it down. Tariffs. How to deal with losses? That's an easy question. I think we talk about it every single day. If you have a model, you trust the process. So if your model is, let's say, 1-to-1, 60% win rate, I think that's very conservative. 60% win rate, 1-to-1. You take 10 trades. That means 6 of them is going to be wins, 4 of them is going to be losses based on your stat. It's going to be like around then. It's going to average out. And then theoretically, with that edge, that 60% edge, you're still going to be green on the day. For my stats are a little different because I'm looking for a high probability trade only. My stats are around like 70%. I want to be conservative though. I think it's closer to 75, but I'm going to say 65, let's say. Just so, because there's going to be bad months. I think this month is like closer to 80 right now. Just because it's been too easy to look for high probability trades. Just like this one. This one is easy. When you have that high of a hit rate, if you have even a slightly higher risk reward too, even the 1-to-1 or just 1 to 1.5, which kind of what I do, you're going to be green for the most part of the day. Let's say you take 2 trades, 1 loss, that's minus 1 R. Next trade, 1 win, 1.5 R. You're still positive 0.5 R. So that's why very rarely lately, when I'm taking space hits, I don't have any red days. That's just literally how it goes. So like when you're saying how to deal with losses, like just trust your strategy. If you have a model, you backtest it, you forward test it, you gain stats for it, just trust that if that stat is like favorable for you, just trust it. That's it. Guess what paid? He's saying he has a 70% win rate but still losing somehow. That is likely due to human error, like which is you not sticking to your plan. So far we didn't inverse this. I think we let it play out more. Human error is like you moving your stop, you're taking the wrong type of trades, you're trying to follow. Anything emotional is likely gonna cause these outliers. But based off your stats, like your stats prove yourself, and you're looking for stats for like, let's say last 3 months, last 6 months, last 9 months, not for 1 month, because every month is different, especially with how the market's been lately. Like you want to key in on it. I'm not in trade. We were in shorts earlier. Now we were out of it. Yeah, someone's asking me, did I hold the gap? This is what I did basically. I think we shorted around 75. I took some TP a little bit early and then finished off the rest down here in the midpoint here. This is the Tick Trader. It's like a fresh account, so I was able to. I like to start a little bit size, and then once I get above buffer, I start like gradually slowing down. Because guess what happens? Let's say for Tradeify or Tick Trader, right? You have 75 drawdown with a 150K account. Once you get to that threshold, let's say you get $8,000, you withdraw 3,000. You have 10 trading days for the next payout. There's no point really to do big days. I feel like my plan is the next 10 trading days, I'm gonna try to make 3,000. That's just literally $300 per day, and not every day is gonna be 300. There's gonna be some days like 500, other days 200. or no days, or it's gonna be like 0. But that's what I'm saying. Like that's why like you see me take base hits. Like I think that base hits is the way to take advantage of all these firms instead of going for like $1,000, $1,500 a day. It's just kind of playing it smart, right? But we're just sitting here. Do you trade December and January? Is it from what I recall? Is ICT traders afraid of trading certain months? That's the thing with me though. Like, let's say no news days, I still trade it. There's no reason not to. Because once again, if there's no framework for it, you don't take the trade, even if there's a news day on it. So, the only thing like we talked about earlier, the only thing I'm afraid of or have to be more mindful of is CPI, non-farm payroll, and FOMC. Today's FOMC minutes, those are very low volatility still compared to the big three. That's what I'm concerned of. If there's like a high impact, that's fine. It's gonna be smoke and mirrors. If there's no news, that's also fine. We're still trading the candles. The candle's not gonna change. It's gonna recur every single day. Yeah, I mean, ICT takes risks off. That's fine. I'll still trade it, and we'll likely still make money, just like every other month. Literally every month, we just make money on it. There's days where he's gonna say no trading. We'll still trade and still make money on it. I still want to see this play out here. I want to see this as a breaker, inversion, breaker, long, take the high. We already filled the gap. There's no reason to go back in the gap. That's my thought process right now. So it's still opting for a rebalance. It hasn't violated yet, which is pretty good. Pretty good. I think that makes the rest of the day easier. Do you trade EF? I had history with the ETF. I don't recommend it anymore because they did a lot of shady things. I just keep it at that because I always talk about the story, the lore with ETF. Just final note will be they fucked over some traders. I don't trust them. Don't trade with them. They're not in that list for a reason. We're starting to flip here. That's good. I still want to see if I can frame a setup on ES. ES still bullish, stronger asset, and that makes me do want to trade. Look for a trade on ES. ETF doesn't even pay out $200K a month. That's so sad because the big firms, they pay out like $1 million a day. ETF has 20 accounts as well. So if I was trading them, I would be like 30% of their revenue or their payouts. How ridiculous is that? Yeah, so there's no videos on breakers, but I think this is even better. These large PDFs here, these are very informative. I really spent like hours making these. Unicorn BPR, Unicorn model, which is like marking them out and how to identify them. It's all here. Inversion with Unicorn, which is probably something that is going to happen today. It's there. We have the framework for it too. This breaker's still holding on the 5, and then we already kind of inverse this 1. I'll mark this as an inversion here. It's giving me pretty good vibes for longs right now. We come back down here, back to this OB. That could be already start just based off the inversion. I still like the breaker more. So this is, I'm gonna move this to the side. This is what's kind of happening right now. This is starting to look like a buy model again, just reverse back up for higher prices. I'm actively looking for entries though. ES is still a little slow. That's interesting. We should have inverses by now. There's no immediate draw though. I wouldn't say this is an immediate draw or a good draw. It's just pretty solid that we did rebalance this 15 minute. I'm trying to move higher. So yeah, this long, I do want to see this run back up. I'm trying to bounce off this order block here. Right here. I don't want to see it fall like the midpoint of this 50% gap here. I still want to see the breaker off of it though. I would rather wait for the breaker. Let me just mark this out. So when you're looking at these type of entries, we already filled up the 15 minute. We don't want to see it try to hover around the midpoint of this previously filled 15 minute gap anymore. If this is bullish here, we want to see it rise back up, and that's what I'm waiting to see here. If we can get a breaker off this, that'd be ideal. But it'd be pretty poor if we get a nice closure under 53 right now, not 953. I'm just surprised ES didn't flip yet. ES was a stronger asset. We didn't flip yet. And we still have some more to rebalance down here. And he's still weaker. So ideally, I think what I was looking for was inverse this, also ES inverse too. And then we also look for an inversion here. Or not inversion, a breaker, my bad, breaker. So this would be what it looked like here. We didn't get the framework yet, but if we have a breaker and we get close above, retap back inside, go for the high. That'll be ideally the entry to take. We shouldn't get that. Something I look for also, we still have, this is much of a clear immediate draw here. Equal strong 15 minute internal low. If we inverse this 15 minute, get it closed under, retrace back inside, slam down, and then this is on the 15 minute chart. You try to break down the 1 minute. Once we rebalance here, you look for any confirmation for shorts to the downside if this gets a closure down. Watch if it's 50% here. All right. Can you point to the possible breaker block? This is the breaker block I'm looking at. It's not validated yet. If we get closure above this high, the breaker block is validated and we'll utilize it for a long entry. That's the thing. Hey everyone, today this video is going to go over. Sandy's saying TradeFi only allows 3,000 per withdrawal. How do you manage limitation to pay out when you have so much capital built? That's a good question. I mean, the base hits is the main goal, right? Once you take 3,000 out, you need 10 more trading days. Guess what happens? You just wait those 10 trading days and trade to make another 3,000, and then just rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. How many times can you cycle through it? Only 3,000 is a lot though. 3,000 per account. 7 accounts, 21,000. And then your job is to make $300 a day for 10 more trading days. That's pretty easy. Yeah, I'm still waiting for this breaker here. It's kind of slow. I'm going to delete some of these arrows. This is still the framework I'm looking for. I think it was like a little bit close like this. So close above, reach out back inside the breaker. breaker long like this, move higher. I'm also waiting for ES to flip this. We haven't flipped this yet, so we're in the consolidation. We're looking for expansion first. Look for displacement. So for a breaker form, you need to displace through this breaker here, and then we'll get something. This actually looks like we just fill with this gap here and looking for like another leg down. At what price level would you consider short an ES? I think what we talked about already is ES is bullish, NQ is more bearish. So knowing that, if there's a short, it's gonna be on NQ. It's most likely because Nvidia is trying to drag the shit down. I'm just waiting for this breaker to form, and then most likely ES to get this inversion here. It's just still like a choppy format, so like we already kind of overstayed our welcome with this trade idea. So it isn't like the cleanest anymore, to be honest. I'll have to wait for this breaker though. If this breaker forms here, we need a closure above. Yeah, you guys were talking about Asia. Basically, Asia. Whoa, did we dump this hard Asia? Holy crap. I did not see. Oh, this is Monday. This is Monday. Wait. Yeah, this is 2 days. Okay, this was last night then. I did not expect this. Must be when the news happened, right? I think there's Russian news, and then tariffs happened. Tariffs was bullish. London continuation, and then New York AM here. Just very choppy back and forth. Okay, we might get an entry model here. Stop. It's likely gonna be under the. I'm gonna probably do under the inversion. It's just to give it some more space. But you're looking for a retap back to the breaker. Ooh, this plays out. It just still does lack the immediate draw. It's still tough. We're looking for like an entry back into this side, this OB here. I think this will be perfect. Then something like this. Put your stop down. This will be your main TP. I like this. If this gives us entry. Guess what happened though? I don't know if we get this entry. I started confirming the setup, and then we also got this closure here. But guess what happened? Here we dumped down, retrace, slam down to the media draw here. So we got this low, exactly how I planned it. 15-minute gap, flip the inversion, flip the breaker, and then we're trying to expand. These does happen if you can just practice framing the setup here. You might sometimes you get the entry, sometimes you don't. Ideally, I would want this to close here, next candle, get me their entry, then we could fly back up. So I was able to get a short. I did not get the long. This did play out exactly how we framed it though. He has swept already, yeah. So that's the thing with kind of like base hits patient trading. You really only need one solid trade. Even though you got it right, you like longs, you like this to fill this gap, flip back up, go for highs. That could all be right, but that doesn't matter if you don't get the entry. And that's the most crucial part in this game. You could be right about everything and still be wrong based off your entry. If you chase it or you have bad stops, bad risk management, there's like a plethora of reasons why people fail. How do you deal with missed entries? Just wait for the next one. Is that not too much of a problem? I think maybe back in my day, or not, I'm not gonna, that feels like I'm too old. Years ago, let's say like a year ago or 6 months ago, I would be kind of pissed that I missed this entry. I'd be like, why did I not get this breaker? That's what I want to see happen. Nowadays, it doesn't really matter because there's gonna be a next entry probably in 30 minutes. Or next hour, we'll find something. We already took the short too, so like this would have been like a part 2 type of trade. Or it went down, came back up. That's what I want to get you guys used to, especially if you're trying to follow me and like learn my style, learn like my psychology. You really don't have to get every single entry, but the one that you do get the entry, it has to be perfect. Like, do you know where you're going to put your stop? Do you know where you're going to enter? Do you know where you're going to CV? Where's the draw? Is it bullish buys? Are you counter trending? Like, and what is the range condition? Are we searching short right now? Are we consolidating where it's like more range bound? Are we expanding right now? I'm hoping for expansion after we break out this range here. So this is a perfect range delivery where we just go back to rebalance, push up higher. That's my scheme of things, or that's how I format it on the higher time frame, the 15-minute. We already, like I said, we already framed in the 4-hour, right? The 4-hour, guess what happened yesterday? We were calling out bullish price action. If this held, this did hold, we flip back up, 4 hours bullish. As long as this rebalance, 15 minutes bullish, we just look for the 1-minute setup. That's how you frame the setup. And this would have been the first TP. So like, this would be like 1.5 RR. I would still push for this internal high though. And this would be like that 2 RR. You enter right at the top of the breaker almost, where the order block is. Give yourself like 9 points, 10 points. My stop for PM is always like around 10 points. Get used to doing like this. You can do this for AM as well. You gotta realize though, AM do have stronger volatility. So what that means is you're not gonna be whipping out 10-point stop and thinking it's gonna save you. You're gonna probably do 15 to 20 points. The same style though, same trading style. Yeah, FOMC minutes is about to happen. And since we took this high already, the immediate draw is loss. The setup, if this was like, let's say a B plus setup, now the setup goes to like a C. And would you want to take a C setup? I don't think so. So that's why we're probably not going to take this entry, even if it goes back to breaker. Even though I'm pretty bullish still, I'm going to opt out. You can try to take this on demo if you want, or like a eval or something. But for me lately, I've been only focused on funded accounts only, real cash, live cash, taking real trades. I don't want to deal with thinking like this is eval, so I can fuck around. I just want to focus on everything. So that's why I also cut off trading evals completely. I would work on like 1 day out of the whole month or 2 months just to focus on evals. And then the rest of the month, so like 1 month trade evals, past the rest of the 30 days, 29 days, trade funded. 95% of the time is funded. But yeah, I think we're gonna wait for FOMC minutes, and then we'll see if there's any other setups. We're likely gonna do a giveaway today too, because I forget that it's a short week. We have 2 accounts to give away each week, so we're gonna do 1 today and 1 tomorrow. And then maybe if we get 200 likes, we'll do 2 today. Let's do this. 150 likes for a giveaway, 250 or 2. Wait, the minutes meeting is tomorrow? I heard it was today. My sources told me it was today. Yeah, 2 p.m. today. But I mean, so far so good. Like, I feel like this is the type of price action where I could really anticipate and teach in a way where there's an entry and there's a framework, and there's a framework without entry. So this one, we had a framework for entry or for like a buy stake. Very easy buy stake on that. Just stop the high. That's a clear inducement or retracement type of trade. This one, fill the 15-minute, we flip up, we confirm the 1 minute. We just didn't get the entry. And this is still a C setup. It's still, you still have the edge. We already filled the 15-minute. You're still bullish bias. You still have a tight risk. It's just not a setup that I enjoy after taking already eternal and retracing back down. Ba-ba-ba-dang, ba-da-ba-dang. Are you still watching the 5-minute bear break? Is there a bear breaker somewhere? I don't think I had a bear breaker. I deleted the chart on the 5, but this was a bullish breaker though. I think, is that what we're referring to? We have a low, we have a high, low sweep, displacement through the high. This is the breaker, which on the 5-minute is a little tricky. I like to put my stop on the low here, but what really does invalidate a breaker is a closure under the breaker. So this here is still validated. We got a wick under, which is still manipulation. No closure. That's this 5-minute breaker did still hold. So I think this is that you just kind of play in your head. You already saw the setup got downgraded. This is still a valid setup, but it's a C setup now. If it was B plus earlier, this is C plus now. Or B minus, I don't know. I don't really rank these setups, but it's not something I'm willing to take on my cash account anymore. But if you did, your stop should be under the inversion. I would do under the breaker, but I think under this version makes more sense. That would invalidate two setups, two PD arrays basically, two bullish PD arrays. Does streaming improve your choice of trade? Yeah, I think it. So this is something that I've been speaking about. You guys know that before I started YouTube streaming, I had the Discord premium. It was like $100 a month. We had a lot of viewers on, but I think it was too much signal bots. They're like, I want alerts. I want exactly. I'm paying for this. I wanted a different route. I just stopped Discord completely. It was free now. No more paying. I went the YouTube route, and this is what I was envisioning. I was gonna try to take only high quality setups and discipline myself, where I'm showing everything, and I don't want to lose in front of hundreds of viewers. So like my first 6 months of streaming, I showed every entries, every exit, and it was doing very good. But then I was having like this psychology breakdown where if I was getting red, I might make a bad judgment because the stream is like, why you take that short? Oh, there's a loss or something like that. So now I pivoted from no Discord premium for now. We're gonna do YouTube live. We're gonna call it all exact trades, but I'm not gonna show my entries. We're gonna tell you exactly when we enter or how we enter, where our stop will be, where our TP would be, but you just don't see it on your screen. If you hear it, you know what we're taking, and that helps me be able to scale up, not worry about position, not worry about the stream basically, and just excel as a trader. I think that's like the recipe right now that's cooking for me, if that makes sense. So yeah, we've been doing that lately, and it's been quite phenomenal. Like, it might sound like oh, he's not showing us trade, he doesn't show us trades, but when there's a win, where there's a loss, it's stated. I have the arrows pointed. I tell you when to enter, when to exit, where I'm targeting, and it's just a very good session where, like, most likely if you already have an idea of what we're trying to do and learn the style of it, you get the trade. But if you're trying to look for like, okay, he just told you to long now, must long, like, then you're not gonna probably do well in this type of in this type of stream. And I think that's what people are realizing. Signal bots are not helping anyone. But in the long run, it helps short term, but in the long run, it does not help at all. What does help is someone to call out price action, take accountability when there's a win or loss, and really teach you why you take the trade setup and frame it way, way ahead of time. So, once again, I'm just gonna take this in my head. This is a C or a B minus setup now because we lost value after taking this terminal high. That's why we're not taking this live anymore. But I think the best case also, I'll post my stats. It's not like I'm hiding any losses. You'll see me share fat losses. It just haven't happened in a while, which I don't know why. Some part of me thinks it's just luck, but another part is like, I think I'm leveling up as a trader. Every single month, I feel like it's been like we've been hitting better numbers. And I don't know if that's a seasonality tendency or you're actually just growing as a trader. It's hard to tell. I think time will tell though. Yeah, FOMC in 5 minutes here. We'll see how this plays out first. How can I scale my account, 2K account with Top Step without taking massive risks after a payout? I have 2K drawdown. I think what I did in your shoes, let's say like you get a 50K account, you get 3K balance, you take 1,500 off because I always pay yourself. You have 1,500 left. You want to think about how many trades you can lose till you blow that account. Let's say you risk, with that $1,500 left, you risk $300 per trade. That means you should be able to lose 5 complete trades. 5 net negative losses before you blow up. And if you have a strategy that is, you know, higher win rate, high risk reward, that rarely happens unless you do something of human error that strays away from your strategy. And that's what's been helping me tremendously. If you kind of like approach it like that, I think it does help. Part of me thinks FOMC minutes just rip this up. It's just too bullish right now. Yeah, let me reference this tweet though. I think this tweet speaks volume about like kind of my experience lately. Maybe you guys have a similar experience, but where is it? I think it's like the recent tweet. Yeah, it was this one. So this one was yesterday. Yesterday, if you were on stream, we took 2 trades, one on PM session and one just right before on Discord. 2 for 2. 25K in the day, 9,000 basically on the live cash, the rest unfunded. And this is my stat here. I also showed, I think my other tweet, it shows the last month as well, which is very green. But it's like, it's just green on green. And I just think to myself, like, I was trading props for 2 years. I didn't focus on live cash for a while. I started trading 2 months ago, basically, on live again. And the difference in your trading style, like if you compare my trading, like my Tradeovate or my futures broker to now, it's so like different where I'm like, how much did I improve since then? Like, and that's where like, maybe the prop thing was a blessing because you were trying to, they have you the consistency, they have you all these other rule set where it might hinder your, like, you know, your profitability. But now all the chains are loose. You don't have any rules. You can do whatever you want. You size out how much you want. You can make as much as you want to. No payout structure. So you already developed a skill set. Now we're just trading different instruments. First it was prop, which is sim accounts. Now it's live. No difference in that. So it is kind of interesting. It is very interesting. Yeah, I don't know what it is. Like if I was, let's say this is going to be the route we're going to take. Props are over. I'll be alive, and maybe the live cash would generate the same amount of money that I was doing prop. Because prop right now is bringing me like 50 to 100,000 a month the last 2-3 months. We can probably do the same thing on like live cash account. Now that we developed skill set, it's just like going to be a little bit more sizing. Yeah, but it is interesting. Yeah, we're gonna wait for FOMC minutes. Feel free to ask questions. I'm gonna be on chat until we see another setup. But this was good. This was good. Basically, I think this was framed like right here. We took the short. We filled this gap. Look for a long push back up. Ideally, this does run back up. I'm gonna remove this arrows now. I'm just gonna point this arrow for higher though. How did you develop your discipline? I think my biggest motivation would be when I realized trading prop firms is a big moneymaker. I don't need to make thousands a day. I just need to be smart. I need to work with the payout rules, and I need to milk them. And that's what I've been doing basically. Like I have 40 funded accounts, trading them like a few $100 a day. Some days it'll be like $1,000 a day on it if that setup presents itself. If not, we're just gonna take base hits. And then small sizing, just distributing across 40 accounts rather than one account with like 40 minis. It's gonna be 40 accounts with one mini. and you just build your account that way up. And then you realize like these payouts are real money. This is not a casino here. If you act like these fund accounts are a lifeline, where if you blow this up, you're bankrupt, maybe that would help you take funding more seriously, because they're not like a casino game. They're not fake money either. They're real money after you adhere to all their rules. You're taking real cash into your bank. And then I think once you start treating it like it's a game and start treating it like it's a serious, like, oh, there's a minutes here. Treating it where it's like, this is real life here. You failed this funded, you failed at, you're gonna get bankrupt, you're gonna get homeless. It changed your perspective of things for sure. And like I said too, I've been trading prop firms for 2.5 years. I think the first year and a half, I wasn't treating it like it was a real funded where it makes me real cash. I was treating it like a kind of a game where I was like, okay, if I do big size, I hit this trade, I'll make a lot of money. And then I'm like, since it's a fake account, it's a sim account, it's not real anyways. I only spent like $100 on this account. I get this full size and blow it if I want. I don't go that route anymore. Every funded account matters to me. And when I do fail those accounts, it does hurt. That's why I haven't really failed an account in a long time. And I really haven't lost or made a lot of money in a long time. It just, each day is like $300, $300, $300. A whole month later, we're up like 5,000 on each account. While other people are trading like in a month, they can make like 10, 20,000 already. You see Patrick literally in 3 days, he made 50K on 10 Apex. I mean, that's well done, but to do that, you have to blow through a lot of accounts. I can't afford to do that anymore. It really takes up your mental, and it traps you in that mindset of thinking it's like a casino prop game. So I'm trying to get more of a grip on reality. I think that is like kind of like the grand scheme of things. Once you realize this is real life, it changes it up. All right, what are we at? How many likes are we at? We can do a giveaway now and another later. We're at 100 likes. If we get 150, we'll do 1 giveaway. If we get 250, we'll do 2. Still very slow price, actually. I would not trade this right now. It's just barcoding. He just blew 6 PAs. Oh, shit. Did he? I thought this man was, like, on a burner. I think also because he's trading so many accounts that, like, or not trading so many accounts. He has so much buffer that, like, if he has one bad day, he's gonna lose all those accounts. Oh, okay. I think I see it. This one. Yeah. Let me just see what it looks like.
Today, players have taken 3.
Oh, okay. He made 5,000 on half his count and then blew the other half. That's interesting. So these accounts were probably at payout to, yeah, 12. Yeah, that's a lot. So this is a big hit on him, but once again, he still has more fund accounts. And I'm betting that these accounts were probably in deep drawdown at one point, probably negative 10,000, 15,000, similar like this. But since he has like 50,000 buffer, he can just trade out of it. But that game does not win every time. You're gonna utilize that. It's gonna work. It's gonna work until it doesn't. And then that 10,000 loss is going to turn into a 50,000 loss. So I would encourage them to be careful here. That buffer is it's a double-edged sword, because you can use it to make more money, or you can that could be something that you blow everything in one day. That whole 2 months that he's been working, it could be wiped out in one single day. Okay, yeah, I'm still looking for high prices. We're still bullish bias here. ES still pushing highs. I just don't really see too much of a immediate draw. We're still chopping around. If we can just break out the expansion, maybe we'll look for another long attempt. It looks like this long breaker is working. If you took this breaker at like 964, like we kind of discussed, you got like 4-point drawdown, stop at the inversion, 9 points. You're still looking for the high here. I didn't take this though. We already stated that. What's your total payout since you started? I've been trading for 2.5 years now. It's only this year has been like about, I think 700. I need a total of everything. I think I should be 700 though. But if we total everything, it should. I would think it'd be 1 million by now. It's hard to tell until I get the report. Yeah, this is pumping. If we didn't take this internal high, this would have been a B plus setup, and we would have taken that. It would be short, flip, long, curled up. So I hope that even though this trade I didn't take, we framed it up. We didn't mislead you. We balanced the 15-minute and then ran higher. If you were able to take the trade on your own, go for it. Off this breaker, there's gonna be some criteria where I don't like to see anymore. And that's what happened here. Yeah, something about trading time is always a little bit difficult because someone will be like, I've been trading for 10 years. It's like, okay, you better. How has your success been in 10 years? It's a different game. Like, if you're doing the wrong stuff for 5 years and you started flipping the last 3 years into doing something good, that means you've really been losing for 5 years and only been profitable for 3 years. And it's also screen time. You can be trading for 10 years. Maybe you trade for 1 hour a day. For me, I've been trading for 4 years now. For most of my time, I've been trading for like 6-7 hours per day. It's only this year where I'm trying to lay back. I'm trying to push it back to 2 hours, up to 3 to 4, depending on my trade AM or PM. Or both session, I mean. Came back down. Educational PDFs in your Discord, yeah, it's in the educational tab. It's on Twitter if you want to see that too, but everything is easier to access on Discord. Are you aware that copy trading, where others take the same trade as you, may go against the top step guidelines? This is also one of the reasons where I don't want to show my execution live in front of 500 viewers. Why? Because there's some firm that does not allow that. And there's one that told me about it. They're like, we can't have you show execution if you're trading our firm. What I do, I just did not trade live on that firm. I'm not gonna say the name, but there's other firms that do kind of don't want that, because let's say I'm doing good for 3 months. I have a win streak. If everyone copies the same exact trade as me, I'm showing everything on screen, that is gonna hurt their profit margin. So what I've been doing is, like, we're just discussing ideas here. So let's say how long here, put a stop here. I'm not showing execution. This is roughly the idea here. I think that's the workaround that, like, is still ambiguous. Like, maybe I take the trade, maybe I don't. You don't know. The firm doesn't know either. So people ask me, like, that's one of the reasons. That's not the main reason. The other reason is I don't want signal bots. I don't want to feel stressed about my P&Ls on stream. Those are the two main ones. The third one is what he brought up, which is some prop firm does not allow it. So, like, let's say we did take this breaker here. You don't know my entry. You probably do know my stop, but I'm just gonna say it's my stop. My stop could be somewhere else. So it's more ambiguous. Like, if I show executions, everyone's gonna do the exact same thing. They're gonna long exactly at 964. They're gonna put their stop at 55.5, and if I win, you know, it's gonna be the exact same trade, and that will flag you. Especially if prop firm do care about that, which there's only a few that talk to me about it. Others probably have the terms. Top Step hasn't talked to me about it yet. Oh, and yeah, Kane does live broker now, so it doesn't affect him. He doesn't trade prop anymore, so it's good for him. But yeah, I wasn't really planning on trading too much today. It was just more like, if it happens, you know, we'll see it, we'll trade it. It's more about just vibing out, answering questions, because a lot of you guys been DMing me on Discord or in Twitter, especially with how we've been forming lately on the streams. And like, how can I be your mentor or your mentee? How can I learn from you? Can I pay you to do, like that's like it's all on YouTube. Just ask me anything you want here. Oh, and another thing too. Guess what happened today? My accounts got moved to live on Top Step again. I already have Top Step account. They moved me to live again. This is back to back. So I don't have Top Step XFAs anymore. They just converted to live, which I have 12,000 on live. They're gonna take basically, I think, is like 4,000 to profits on each account. So we're gonna load it up. We're gonna have, I guess, 35,000 on the live now. Dude, I don't mind them doing it, but it's I feel like it's too early. I've only been training for like 11 days, bro. Let me get some space. Let me get some wiggle room. I'll show you the data though. Like usually when I hit like 10k profits or 15k, they start moving me. But this one was early. I was at 6,000, I think. They didn't want me to get any more money. And I'm not even blowing X phase. Like I'll show you exactly why with the data if it does show up. Come on, it's loading. I hate Top Step dashboard now. It's always so slow. But I think they've been really focused on trying to limit people. If they're doing really good, they try to push people live as soon as possible. Let me see. But it is what it is. Like look at this. My current is $0 now because I got moved to live here. It's only been 11 trading days, bro. 11 trading days. This is exactly what happened. Like I'm taking base hits. There's a 3k day, which is good because I want to start with the bang. And ironically, that day, usually I don't start trading Top Step until I have a good trading day. This was a good one, and it'll be like 300 base hits, 250, 380, 215, 450, 200, 1,000. This one was not too. I think this is slippage. 205 and then 225. If there's no good setups on Top Step, I take base hits. If there's a good setup, you'll see like $1,000 a day most likely, or a $3,000 a day. It just depends. And yeah, it's only I made $600. 10 trading days. It started like literally this November, and mind you, I was moved to live already in October, so this was the second exit phase. I don't blow through these accounts. They just switch me to live real fast. It's only 10 trading days. No, that's 5x phase. It's 5 accounts. So what you saw there times 5. And if you recall, maybe I'll make a video on it. If you recall that Top Step did change their policies now, you can't have a Top Step live while trading X phase, which I'm fine with, but I'm not really cool with them trying to move people live that fast. Like, I hope none of you guys get moved that quick either, because that's only I made 6,000 profits, 10 trading days. Is it because I didn't have a losing day? Did I have a losing day? Oh no, 100% winning days. I mean, it is what it is. Yeah, I still have the October live account. Let me see if I can pull that up. I took a payout already on it, and then I requested another payout. Let's see. So we're gonna try to work with Top Step and see what happens. Yeah, all right. So this is my Top Step live. I think I started with, I don't know, like maybe it was like 12,000. It's just a high right now, but that doesn't count for the payout, just like the X phase. So 75% winning days. Highest day is around 6,400, and then winning days are average 1,400. My losing days, that's when I hit day loss. I think I hit day loss limit twice, but then like this already got eliminated from a big day. That was like one the unicorn tree where we just kept on running it up and holding for it. So I'm at 12K right now. I did request another payout on it. We requested 10K already. That's why we're basically at high day on the account right now. Starting, I think, 14K. So we're at 7,000 account, give or take. And then we'll see. I'm waiting for TopStep to give me benefits though, because once again, I would rather extract all the profits when I can, transfer my live count, if they're not going to give me anything on the live side, which we talked, I think you guys saw on Twitter, like they're thinking about ways to compensate their live traders. But yeah, those are my stats. That's also another reason why we didn't have any losing days. We really haven't yet. And we've just been trading smart, trading without FOMOing, without chasing, without emotions. Very, very careful trading. So yeah, this is interesting. So I think this was the trade that we were gonna take if this internal high was taken. Stop 9 points, I think, or yeah, it was like 9 points. I was gonna TP this here. I mean, we did get another high here, so you did get a lot of points. But if you were trying to go for the high of that swing there, you got stopped out or break even. That's just how weak and choppy price action has been lately. It's kind of disgusting. Okay, next 50-minute close. We might get one more trade for the stream. If this gets closed, I'm looking at this low. This looks pretty good though. We're starting to build some low liquidity on ES here, and then we have some equal lows on NQ. We've been just chopping back and forth. This is calling me right now. I just need this 15-minute flip first. Compensate their live traders by like, guess what happened when you get moved to live? You have to pay professional fees, which is like it's $200 a month or $150 a month. While you trade live right with personal fund, it's like $5 or $10 a month. You still pay the 90-10 split. You trade cash, it's 100 split. You still have to adhere to their payout structure because once again, TopStep is not daily payouts. You trade cash, personal cash is daily payouts, or any payouts you want. You can take like 10 payouts in one day if you want. So you see why like there's no compensation or no benefits to trading with them as a live trader? That's what's missing right now. So once I get the opportunity to withdraw all the live count, I would do it in a heartbeat. Are you making a video on the best live count? Are you talking about cash account, like personal cash, or with a firm? Because I don't really have any info on the firm yet. All right, let me read the chat. I think you guys are blowing the chat right now. The policy on TopStep Live is literally the exact same policy on XFAs. You can still like make 5 trading days, $200 to get a payout, which is weird because every other firm is daily payouts. So that makes the TopStep Live even worse. Okay, we're starting to move down here. Are you making a video on the best live cash account? Low key, I feel like I already have a video on that. I swear I already have a video on that. It must be like an old video. Yeah, it's all the way down here. Intro to futures trading. This, I think, 2022. This was when I was trading cash. This explains all the brokers. Ooh. This kind of sucks. Because I actually like the short right now. Probably another missed opportunity. The thing with high probability trades is half the time you might not get the entry. But the other half is when you do get the entry, it's gonna be high probability. You're gonna have like an 80% shot. It's difficult here. I would rather take only high probability and miss half of them than rather take some sloppy trades and it'd be like win loss, win loss, win loss. That's to deal with losing too. I don't really like losing as much anymore. When you lose, you really gotta be like, okay, what happened? Did we take a bad trade? Was that trade that we should have taken to begin with, or was that like a just real loss where it was the right setup, just got stop funded or something? Damn, this sold off pretty hard. Yep, that's the low. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, now this just makes it very difficult because, like, what do we do now? Are we supposed to do long, short, or just do nothing? It makes it difficult. We took the liquidity I'm looking for already. I don't really know anymore. If you guys have ideas, let me know because I just lost my edge. My edge is the draw. So I don't know how to trade this now. I really don't. We gotta wait for another structure to build up. Nvidia must be tanking right now. Damn. Shame. Short to 965. Wait, short at 965. Oh, that's good. You already shorted then. Go for turtles. Pretty sloppy here. Pretty sloppy. I mean, ES do have another low here that we didn't take yet. It's a good target. This hourly here is getting filled pretty nicely too. Let's see what it wants to do. Yeah, one of the main things I do talk about a lot in the stream is when I'm trading my style, I only need it to be right about that one moment when I'm in a trade. When I'm not in a trade, I don't have to really understand why we displaced here. Why did we drop here? Why did we not get entry? I don't have to explain any of that. All I can do is explain when I'm in a trade. Let's say we took this long here. I can tell you exactly why we did that. We filled the 50 minute, we flipped on the 1 minute, we're bullish buys on the 4 hour, and then we're looking for this TP here. That's the way that I could describe it. This here, I can't really describe this. We took the low already, and I don't know what to do next. Why could I see the short? I mean, okay, the short was very clear to see. I don't know. I think that was clear already. We just didn't get the confirmation to short yet. That's the issue. That was the issue that I had. Because what I wanted to see was this 50-minute close, and then I start actively looking. But we just took that low already, so now I was like, what do we do now? What do we do now? What do we do now, guys? We're cooked. We lost our edge. Draw liquidity's taken, and then we're just waiting if there's another trade idea. But yeah, I mean, we're doing pretty good today. Like I showed my top step already, I can show my trade of 8 or my trade of 5. This is the only trade I took today. It was the trade that I mentioned here, right? Exactly the same thing. We shorted 977, took TP at the 15-minute fair value gap. I'll demonstrate it. I think it was this trade here. And then relative lows, drive the 15-minute draw. You can rewatch that stream or rewatch at the start. That's the one that we took. And then once again, like if you want to see the performance, let me check this quarter. This is what we're looking at. 80% win rate. Average win is about $140, 144. 12K profit, 1,200 loss. That's from October to November. So each one of my account is basically up like 12,000. And this is the the performance. I did hit a daily loss limit, which I think was like minus 3,600. We just built that back up. There's not much to really talk about anymore. I think the trade is already taken. Short bias there. I mean, we're looking for this low now, but you don't have a high probability setup anymore. I did want to deliver another good trade for you guys, though. When you hit the day loss limit, did you get pissed? No, because guess what happened? I talked about this in the stream before. Guess why I took the day loss limit? Yeah. All right, let me also show the day. It would make exact sense of why I'm always so against trading against my rules. Let me pull it back up for you guys. I just closed it out accidentally. We're going for this low next. I think this is the next draw here. It should be very clear. I wouldn't try to catch this long. It looks pretty bad now. But yeah, let me check the date if it does match up. Because if this is the right one, this was on October 25th. If you look on my Twitter, guess what I was doing October 25th. It's so stupid. It is so stupid. It was when I was driving to go on a cruise for a vacation. That was when I took a day loss on it. I traded on the car ride. I'm like, okay, let me try to make some trades here. Stupid. I wasn't paying attention and also not playing with my rules. Only one day where I had faults the last few months. That was like the day I was going on vacation. Like, imagine how that makes you feel. You trade so good for 2 months. You have a 25 win streak, and then you blow that win streak because you tried to trade on a vacation day. Stupid. I wasn't driving. It was my girl driving, and I was trading. That's just the reality too. Like, I'm also prone to human error, which some things are regretful. All right, the 15-minute close in 3 minutes here. I mean, we're far past it. What I can describe to you is if we get this closer down here, I'm gonna try to use this as an inversion here. Blow out. If we're still trading. But yeah, feel free to ask me questions. We're gonna be on for another 30 minutes. I don't really know what I'm gonna do for 30 minutes though. I think the upside is already bad. The downside is good, but we already took the liquidity, so we're kind of waiting for the next framework. But we're running low on time. Oh, ES is actually holding really nice. Hold up. So you would likely see this bullish PD array on the 15-minute get violated, but also you see us take this liquidity here. So I wouldn't mind actually to see it flip back up, and then we'll try to focus. If it does hold back up on the 1, this also filled the hourly gap too. So this does look like a run back up is also actually possible now. Yeah, we're doing the giveaway too. I'm not forgetting about that. Oh, yo, we could talk about Black Friday deals. Black Friday for prop firms, mostly. There's one firm that started that Black Friday deal. You saw that, right? Tradeify, 45% off. Code SMART, 55% growth, 65% advance. I would not do advance for sure. That's like Apex trailing drawdown. Growth is like my fund feature starter, but instant funding is my highly recommendation. If you like the starter, you could go with growth. I don't really go for it though. But it's 45% off plus the cash rebate. I'm updating all the deals. So there's another firm that has a deal coming. I'm not gonna say what it is. I have details of it. It's one of these 3 firms here, but I have the details for it. I'm not allowed to say it though. That was a weak Black Friday deal. 45% is still good. I don't know what you guys are expecting, like 60%, 50%? 45% is like what I bought the account at, I think. But yeah, how many of you guys trading TradeFi? Press 1 if you're trading TradeFi. Press 2 if you're not trading TradeFi. Maybe I want to see a judgment here. I just want to get the... Yeah, okay, there's actually some 2s here. Whoa, there's a lot of 2s just happened here. What is the reason not to trade TradeFi? I think that's what I'm trying to think here. For those who said 2, what's stopping you from trading TradeFi? I think this is the right sale for it. I don't think... There might be another big sale later, maybe on the Friday itself, like a flash sale, but you're not gonna take that. Oh, okay. TradeFi is relatively new. Only reason not traded. That's fair, but the last 4 months, our whole community, we get instant payouts. If there's any bad press or anything they did wrong, you'll be the first. I'll be the first one to talk about it and talk to their team about it. So it's good. FTT, remember? I mean, yeah, I mean that's fair, but you gotta think too. FTT was going like 65% off, and like making it 20 accounts. Those are not sustainable. There's like red flags everywhere. While TradeFi, they're doing reasonable discounts and only 7 accounts. I think it's pretty easy for this thing there. It's not trailing drawdown. It's end of day drawdown. It's not the intraday that you're asking. So if you guys watched my video on prop firms yesterday, we basically went over all the prop firms on this website here, Smart Prop Firm, except Top Step. Top Step never does a deal really, so that's why I'm not gonna have it deal of the week. But TradeFi is probably my favorite right now, along with TickTickTrader, just because they are very similar. It's 45% off right now. TickTickTrader has no deal yet. 500 Peters is also nice. Apex is controversial, but as long as you follow their system, it's also very good. Take Profit is I think it's a dark horse. I really haven't focused on it yet, but I think maybe next week I'm gonna start trading Take Profit. I have fun with it. I just haven't activated it yet. And I'll try to trade seriously, and we'll try to see what happens here. Do you think Apex will ever bring back the 9% deal? That's a good question. Let me just check. 2 days and 9 hours. So when does the sale end? Today's Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. Wait, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. End of Thursday is basically when the sale ends. Guess what happens when the sale ends? It's gonna be Friday. So I'm thinking 90% off. That's what I'm thinking. Alright, we do have this gap here. 5-minute gap. And then the 15-minute. We actually this is one of the most bullish signature that you would ever see in a higher time frame. You see this 15-minute where we do with much lower but close higher. That is a very strong bullish signature there. Well, NQ actually sweeps, so we did have SMT. I'm actually somewhat bullish here, because we didn't get close on it yet, so it makes me feel more confident outside right now. I actually like this for longs here. Just going purely off of bias. I think the setup itself, I don't know if we'll get a good setup. Maybe this off this breaker here. We could place it like that, but purely off of bias, this looks like it's going to go back up. So, get this breaker, get this long, we'll put a stop under the breaker, and that should be enough. I'm probably not going to trade anything except one account now, though. I'm just going to trade my live account here. We're getting too close to power hour, like 30 minutes away. I already hit my base hit on most of my accounts too. Yeah. Closure above these wicks here, we kind of got it. I mean, we can mark it out. Let's see if we can get a fair value gap. If we can hold here, this would be that fair value gap to take here. And also with the order blocks here too. Stop on the breaker most likely is the move here. So yeah, SMT, ES, NQ took the lows already, so I'm looking for higher. My draw would be most likely a unmitigated gap. I think it's a 5. Oh, 5 minutes already took it, damn it. Okay, I mean, it looks so good still. Doesn't look bad at all. We still have this internal here, so if we take this here, I'm going to try to add in on my top step here. I'm done copy trading for today. We're going to add in basically from this fair value gap all the way to this order block here. Stop under it. So you're going to get like a 9-point stop basically. Is what I'm looking at. Let me also mark this out. I have one more order on the order block if it wants to give it. If we get above the breaker, I'll just focus on this entry here. See what happens. I still like longs. I think we just kind of average in because once you get NASDAQ, NQ itself is pretty choppy. Or pretty bearish. So I'm not liking the setup completely. But I'm going to give it a shot. Only one account though. It's only going to be one account. Stop still is at this low here. It's not like a 10-point stop right now. I'm fine with that. I'm cool with that. I would give this like a C or a C plus setup, just because we're getting close to power and NQ is a weaker asset. But I'm gonna give it a shot still, because we already dumbed down the risk a lot here. Because if I was trading on my 5, 10 accounts, 15 accounts, that is risk on. But I'm trading on one account. Risk is very minimal. We're already green on the day too. This won't do anything. So if you want to mimic it, you can try to just play micros if you want. I want to see a displacement through 938. That's a future open, and then we also want to try to drive in on this 5-minute gap here. That'd be ideal conditions, as well as ES taking this high. I think if we take this high, I'll be fine. I'll be happy with that. And then like we could flip back down, and then you could drag it down. Let's just take this ES high, and then we'll be fine. That'll be probably my TP. Still chopping around. NQ is still the weaker asset. That's why it's not the best trade setup right now. So slow. Okay, now I'm gonna get some TP here. I'm gonna just take out this high. I'm not gonna be greedy here. And we're gonna move the stop up. This gets TP'd. We hit the PS high already. I don't like it coming back down here. Damn, so bad. I'm gonna just take one off, put break even. That's stupid. Missed my TP by like an inch. This is what I'm afraid of because once again, ES is a stronger asset. We can get an SMT here and fall back down, especially if we're struggling here. I'm sure I manage it the best I can on these conditions. If it was not close to power here, I think we'll just let this play out. Stop under here, which is more than enough. It's always so nerve-wracking though to trade an asset that's weaker though. So if you're logging the weak asset, you're kind of like playing like on thin ice, because what you can see is the other asset's doing well, your asset is not doing well. So we took the TP out. I put break me stop on. If it does come back down, we're gonna be green. Oh, there it is. Okay. Literally about 10 points. I was literally going for this high, missed it by a tick. But okay. Made like $100 from that. I know, Renault's, I still think this is gonna return back higher. That's the only reason I'm taking that trade, but I'm just a little afraid that it might take a stop before going higher, delivering higher for the rest of the day. Because remember, we're trading on a 10-point stop. This was a 9-point stop, I think. So if you had you can have the right idea, you can get stopped out, and then it start going your way. That's what I'm like a little bit afraid of. This still looks bullish. It's always funny to see the chat though. Some people be like, why'd you even long there? Why'd you short here? It's like, we told you why. If it doesn't work, then with straight fail, then you're gonna people are gonna be like, I told you it didn't work. That just basically means just one of us is gonna win. If one person says long, the other person says short, you're not gonna have a clear winner here. And it's starting to play out. I try to protect myself. I put break me stop. I can't believe we just got whipped out there. Anyways, $125. It was up 300. Took one TP a little bit early, and then the other one a little bit later. So now we took a wick high. Just seeing it not hold well above this New York Open is a little concerning for the Bulls. Yeah, I don't know. If you were able to manage that trade, this did give you eventually. I think TP was, or this was my 10 points, hit 15 points. I don't know if you guys were able to get this. I ended green, but I did not get this TP here, as I showed. But if you did get it, good for you. Good for you. We're likely gonna wrap this up very soon. I'm gonna do the giveaway first, though. Let's do the giveaway now. Hopefully, you guys enjoy this session so far. How many likes you got? We're gonna probably get a boatload of likes now. All right, yo, so like stream and then comment your YouTube username one time, and then we'll pick a winner. So yeah, basically you see when I frame the setup. Once again, this was another setup that's framed, and guess what happened? ES took the high here. We SMT, we came straight back down, and that's where I don't want to see that happen. We SMT falling back down when we're kind of doing a preemptive reversal. We took the low, but this is still higher time frame flipped already. 15-minute inverted, and we got like a 1-minute bullish setup. That doesn't mean we're gonna be clearly bullish. We're still indecisive. I'm anticipating we're gonna be bullish. So once we see a bear signature like that, where we did take ES high, ES is the stronger asset, NQ did not. We got that wick lower. That concerns me, and that's where I put my break stop on. I took one TP off. We were up like about 10 points. That's how I manage my trade. Also, keep in mind that this is closer to 3 p.m. 3 p.m. is when I should not be even looking at trades. My win rate is tremendously lower outside of my trading session. So my trading session is 1 to 3. I'm not trying to look for a trade 255. And this is getting very close to it. So, yeah, I mean, there's no losses so far today. We had a win here. We had a no entry here, which if it was an entry, it would have been something like this. Just take out the high, stop on the breaker here, or on the inversion. And then if this was the last trade, this was the trade basically. We try to go for a move higher, stop at the breaker, about 10 points. 3 ideas so far. If you want to review it, feel free to. I try to frame it as best I can. So some people are commenting multiple times. You're going to get disqualified from the bot. Once they see you comment twice, that's what happens. You're not going to get picked. It just skips over you. Alright, I'm gonna give you guys like 3 more minutes to enter, and then we're gonna pick a winner, and then maybe we'll do like a 10-minute Q&A, and then we'll wrap it up. That's basically it. Yeah, I think this is the right call though. So far. So I think today we're up like about 14,000, 13,000. Let's see. Yeah, about 13,000. Pretty good day. I didn't trade my live cash today though, just because I didn't really see any great trade to hold for like a 100-point move. Just kind of ass. Are you consider starting your own prop? Is that what you're saying? With Lanto and crew? If that's what you're asking, I'm not gonna start a prop firm. Why would I be starting a prop firm where I'm getting other people to trade for me when I could trade for myself and make money on it? I feel like that room is a purpose. Would it not? Okay, we're gonna pick the winner now. We're gonna run the bot here. Giveaway winner today is Tony Di Lorenzo. Alright, we're almost at 250 likes. Maybe we'll do one more giveaway, but it's gonna be a cash reward giveaway through our business branch. If that's what you guys want to do. If we get 250 likes, we'll do maybe we pick 2 winners, $50 each. Yeah, Tony Di Lorenzo, congratulations. Just DM me Discord, and then after stream I'll talk to you about it. I'm gonna set up the cash giveaway here. We're gonna do the smart prop firm. All you gotta do is make an account, and then just enter a form with your name, and that's it. We're gonna load up $50 to 2 people, which you can use to withdraw or buy account if you want. I don't really care. This is the right move though. I think this is the right move. Bullishness. What time do you start streaming daily? It's always 1 p.m. It's never been changed. Okay, there's some more giveaway, guys. We already did it. We're gonna do a separate one now. Since we're at the likes area, which is good. This is about pump here. ES just looks too clean too. This looks like it's gonna rotate back up. We have a 50-minute fair value gap. If you're really bullish right now, like I am, the moment we do get a move above New York Open, we're gonna look for a deep drive inside this 50-minute gap here. Above 940s. So that would ideally been a long here. Just keep on pushing through it. Okay, since we're at 250 now. We're at 247. Once we get 250, we'll do the cash giveaway, and then we'll likely just do a Q&A for the last 10 minutes. Coming to 3. So this one would be simple. You just gotta make an account, which you make an account, and then you scroll down. You just put your name, your email, and then submit for a giveaway. If you are gonna be a winner out of these entries, you'll just basically get $50 reward, which you can just redeem right away if you want to in this area here. So if you win it, just withdraw $50, put your PayPal in, and that's it. This way, we can still deduct it as an expense more easier. I think that's what I'm gonna start doing now. Oh, Ben, I'm gonna connect. I'm gonna let it happen for like 2 hours. So probably by 5 p.m. you're gonna have 2 users. I'll post on Discord who's gonna win. Let me know if that link works. It's a smart prop firm. My account. All you gotta do is, that's literally all you gotta do. Go down, fill your name, your email, submit, and that's it. Do it 1 time. 2 times would not make sense because it's only 1 per user. And then that's gonna be how I'm gonna track who's in the live stream. They're still looking for higher. Does that make sense? Does everyone know what to do? That's it. Log into smartprofirm.com. Scroll down. Or go to my account first. Then scroll down. Submit your name and email. That's it. Let's see the entries. We got 50 entries already. Wow, that's fast. That's fast. There's like 400 people though, so we still have a lot more. We're probably gonna wrap this up very soon too. That's probably gonna be what I'm gonna do if I'm gonna do more giveaways, since we got more people now. We're gonna give away some accounts and also some cash reward, just because with reward cash you can spend it on whatever firm you want. I ideally would want you guys to spend it on a prop firm, not just to buy food or something. That's the purpose of it, but I can't control who's gonna spend on what. But that'd be the purpose. So like, if you want to buy Apex account, go for it. If you want to buy TradeFi account, go for it. Yeah, we have like 60 entries right now. And that's also the way to generate revenue, where we give you guys cash rebates on all your prop purchases, and then we'll also use some of the revenue for giveaways and raffles and whatnot. All right, so that's the giveaway there. I'm gonna pin it, or I'll just copy paste it. Now I'm gonna give you guys 10 minutes to ask me whatever you want, and then we're gonna wrap the session. That's it. All right, let me look at chat. Turkey or prime rib? Probably prime rib. Prime rib all the way. Who would choose turkey over prime rib? Oh, there's an error on passcode. I think. How many people were able to do that? Because it does affect some users. I don't know. We're trying to figure out what the problem is. But I think a lot of you guys who submit the rebate already has an account with us. You guys still have, I think we're going to pick a winner at like 5 p.m. So like 2 hours. Try doing incognito. Try do a different browser, different device. We're still figuring out why it's doing that. How many people is getting error passcode? What the heck? Maybe it's just high volume. That might be the case. We'll give you a sign though. But once you make the account with us, basically, we're gonna, all you gotta do is log in, and every time we do this cash reward again, you log in already. It's already probably in your cookies, logged in. You submit the form in like 2 seconds, and that's it. Yeah, they send you an email. It's a one-time passcode, and then you can get it that way. Have you tried traveling and trading? I think it does affect my performance because I'm so used to trading on my PC with multiple monitors. If I can replicate the same setup, like a laptop, 2 different monitors, have my whole setup, I might be able to do that. But so far, it has not been good for me when I'm trading outside from my station, from my office. I need to figure that out. Oh, it might be the ad blocker, actually. Yeah, I think that was, some people were saying that. If you turn off ad blocker, maybe it would also work. Feel free to ask a question. You got 10 minutes, guys. 10 minutes. We're here to help here. What percentage of your trades are inversions? That's a good question. So basically, I'm gonna go with a pin message here. This is my trading style. The left side is what's important. The entries are, could be any entry. For breakers, it's breakers and unicorns are usually like about 40 to 50% of my entries. Inversion, I would say like 20%. BPRs are also 20%. Inducements like about 10. And then like also, I feel like inducement is similar to just a buy stake as well. But inducement would be taking a liquidity somewhere. Buy stake would be something like this, where we took earlier, right? I mean, you could see this as a mini breaker. You can see this order block. I really see it as a buy stake. So we did retrace back up, consolidating. We have low resistance made this high, drop back down. We have this 15-minute fair value gap that's unmitigated. We have these equal lows. I'm willing to take this trade here if it does retrace back up. Let's say this order block, this breaker, whatever you want to call it. This is more of a buy stake to me. I'm risking about 7.5 points, and I'm going for my buy stake, which is, I still think, high probability because we already flipped on the lower time frame. If you see the 30-second, maybe you can see a certain entry model. This could be a breaker here. I didn't really play as a breaker, but on a lower time frame, it would be. So anything that basically you are allowed to do tight stops on, which is, stops at the high, a clear target at these lows, and then the 15-minute gap, which is here. That's my entry. 16 points, stop, 7 points. Very classic. It doesn't happen often, but when there's no entries and we're just chopping around, that's exactly what I'll do. How do you got such a consistent trading? I think base hits was my model for the last 4 months. And if you see my win days, it'll be like $300, $300. It's not that much compared to other influencers who do like 1,000 a day, 1,000 a day. But what they don't have is consistency for a long period of time. They're not trying to do $1,000 days for 20 days straight. You'll see them win, and then you won't see them when they lose. It won't be shown. Because it's hard. It's hard to win that much money that consistent. So when you change that perspective and taking base hits, you have 7K drawdown. All you do is make $300. And you're taking only high probability trades. That's a recipe for a high win rate. And then if you have high win rate and don't have that many losses, I feel like that helps your mental, because you're like, okay, I'm going the day, I'm gonna win on this trade because my probability is 75%. My risk reward is 1 risk, 1.5 RR. So even if I take a loss, my next one most likely will give me net positive. Going down like that, you're gonna end green most of the day unless there's an error somewhere. The error would be if you are moving your stop, if you're trying to chase a trade, if you're taking a setup that you wouldn't normally take. That's when it messes up your stats. How do you mark out your breakers? If you go to the educational channel, I think once again, educational down here, it shows a lot of PDF files about breakers, especially if you're talking about how I mark my breakers. It's based off of these 3 examples: consecutive candles, last candle here, or unique candles. So, you know, we're trying to break it down in refinement, which makes sense to me. When was the last time you blew a count? It was probably my Apex. That was like 3 weeks ago. So Apex for me, I traded them for I think 50 trading days. I got 3 payouts on them. The 4th one I couldn't get it, and I did trade recklessly on that day, and I blew it. I think I had like 5,000, 6,000 cash on it. It's like 3,000 payout, 3,000 payout, 3,000 payout. So I got 9,000 payout already. My 4th one, that's when I blew it up. And I haven't got Apex evals to work on yet because I've been so occupied with these fundeds. Like I said, try to trade funded 95% of the time, 98% of the time. Leave that one day for evals, and I'm gonna try to buy evals for Black Friday and just probably throw it on CPI or non-farm payroll. Discords for indicators. Okay, that's a easy question. Go to general chat on my Discord. Pinned. All the indicators are here. So you see stat map here, you see macro tracker, you see AGFX, you see the high time frame candle, which a lot of people keep on asking for. You see my trading checklist, which you can copy and paste and then add if you want. You see my kill zones. Every indicators. We got 5 more minutes, guys. I keep on getting errors on the one-time passcode. Try to clear your history, go into incognito, or remove any ad blockers. I think that helps. Or it might just be high volume. I'm not sure. We're still investigating that. But you guys still have 2 hours to enter it, and we already have like 130 entries so far. So, I think try again later after stream maybe. If you guys are still having a problem, go in Discord, and then I'll try to work with you guys with my developers. It would be cool if you can record a video talking about your setup, how you set up all your charts. Okay, I'm gonna do that. That's gonna be probably my video I'm gonna do maybe mid-December. But briefly, if I can just explain in 1 minute here. The first chart here, it's the 1 minute chart. NQ, ES, NQ on the right, ES on the left. Second chart, or 1 minute chart. Third tab here is the 15-minute chart. The 15-minute, any gaps I have, it's only shown on the minute chart. It's not gonna show on the hour, it's not gonna show on the day. And these are connected. The 1 and 15 minute are connected. The hourly is also connected, but anything I do, I have templates here. Anything I mark on the hourly is only gonna be shown on the hourly. So what I have, I'll draw a box. You have templates here. I have 1 minute, 5 minute, 15 minute, hourly. I have it set up where it will only show on certain charts. So if I do the 15-minute chart here, it's not gonna show. It's gonna go away. You go on the 15-minute. It's somewhere here now. Where did it go? Yeah, it's here. So I think that's how I am able to flip through a lot of charts. My 4 hour, which is my high time frame, is connected to my daily. So anything I make to 4 hour or daily, it's gonna be the same. High time frame, and then as well as my weekly. So these are connected. 4 hour, daily, weekly connected. The 1 minute, the 15 minute, and the hour is connected, but the hourly is more self-included. Anything that I mark on the 1 minute or the 15 minutes is not gonna show on the hourly. Likewise, anything I mark on the hourly here, for example, I mark hourly fair value gap, is not gonna show on the 15 minute, nor is it gonna show on the 1 minute. I think that's the best way to do about it. And then the 5 minute is a standalone. 5 minutes where I use session indicators just to analyze what's happening. I think that's the best way to work with this. And then we're also getting a deep dive inside the 15 minute. This is what I was looking for. Goddamn. Maybe we should just tap on trading. Does that make sense though? I think that I will definitely make a video on though because it's so highly sought after. Okay, got a few more minutes. Did all that, says OTP doesn't match what was sent. That's so weird. I don't know. Maybe we should get rid of it. Yeah, we might just remove it completely and just use a different one. Okay, I'm gonna wrap up this session here, guys. If you have any other problems, I will work with you guys on Discord. If you want to ask me anything, I'll also work with you guys on Discord. I'll post a Discord link and then we're gonna wrap this up. The visibility settings, what is that? Oh, okay. Yeah, this is like crucial for me. I think if I didn't have this, I don't know if I would use TradingView. Because I like making these fair value gaps where it would only show on certain graphs. So let's say I'm trading the 1 minute, right? I'm marking out all these like low resistance or relative lows or something like that. Just even like I have order blocks that's marked out. I think the template is what's building this. So I have if I do want to take this low here, right? Let's say we took this low. It's a 1 minute low. I wouldn't want this to be shown in the higher time frame. So if this was on the higher time frame, let's say we did take it on the daily here, this would be a template for the X higher time frame. Does that make sense? It's pretty good. All right, I'm gonna wrap this up. I put the Discord link. I'll pin it too. Feel free to join and ask me any questions there.